Welcome back to Fresh Faces New Ideas. My name is David. If you like the channel and want to get more of my videos and keep up with what I'm doing, please smash the like button and smash the subscribe button so you get the notification bell every time I post something. Follow me on Twitter as well at Faces Ideas. So this video we're going to go over the Washington Post story. I found the smaller one, so I'm not subscribed to the Washington Post. But basically what it says is that surprisingly, the Donald Trump campaign was actually stealing money from its supporters. What a shocker that the greatest con man this country has ever seen continued to be a con man. So we're going to go over the specifics to it because it is staggering, just the amount of money and the amount of just theft that was done for this. And, this just adds to, legal problem 55 for Donald Trump. All right, so let's take a look at the article. So this is the Forbes article, and it's just basically a key breakdown of this. So the top line, former President Trump re-election campaign issued a staggering sum of $122.7 million in refunds. 11% of the money it raised. That is insane. And I think in response, the Joe Biden campaign gave about $5 million back. Now, I think these things happen just because people don't check the boxes when they give the money back, or when they donate, or some other reasons. But this is like a staggering amount how much it was. So the key facts. Beginning last summer, the Trump campaign and the company that processed its online donations, WinRed, began to initiate the use of pre-checked reoccurring payment boxes while processing online offerings. So what that means is, it tells you right here. According to the report, unless donors inspected the fine print of an online disclaimer and manually unchecked an opt-out box, the donor's credit card would likely be charged weekly until Election Day arrived. In the lead up to the election, the campaign made that disclaimer increasingly opaque and eventually added a second pre-check box that automatically doubled a donor's contribution. Eventually, financial institutions became inundated with fraud complaints from Trump supporters who unknowingly agreed to the recurring charges. According to The Times, several banks and one of the nation's larger credit card companies confirmed that at one point in late 2020, these accounted for 3% of all the complaints received. This is not just for these banks. This is in the country. There was so much fraud. 3% of all of it was from Trump supporters telling them that Donald Trump stole their money. So to explain what I just read to you, when you would get one of those, Donald Trump needs your help to save America from the socialist or whatever he wrote it as, you donated, the box was already pre-checked. Originally, it was already pre-checked to give you, to make it weekly. So if I did it in January, they were milking me through that, unless I caught it. Then later in the campaign, it was doubled. So there was two boxes you had to check. You had to both check the one, you had to uncheck the one that made you pay weekly, and there was the one that doubled it. Now if you didn't do both of these, I don't know if it said I gave 500 and then it immediately the next one took out 1,000 and then it took out 2,000 and then it just perpetually increased, because there are plenty of stories that some guy who gave $900 ended up having to pay out $8,000. This man was a retiree. He was on a fixed income. There's another story that he took it from somebody who died from cancer. Now, that particular video, I'm going to link inside. That's from Jesse Dollamore's videos. So I'm going to delete that. So if you want to see the actual information for that one, he has it there. But this is not shocking. This is Donald Trump's MO, to have stolen from people his entire career. This was well known before the election. This was well known during the election. This was well known basically throughout all time that Donald Trump has always been a crook. And this is not surprising. So let's see what it says. The Contra. Trump spokesman Jason Miller rebuffs the claims of widespread fraud, telling the Times internal data determines less than a percentage of its WinRed transactions were subject to formal credit card disputes. The fact we have the dispute rate of less than 1% of total donations, despite raising more grassroots money than any other campaign in history, is remarkable. I don't think so. So here's the other thing. So just when this, Jason Miller is a liar. He of course he's going to lie about this. The other thing is this did not end at the election, because as you remember, what came after that was the Stop the Steal. Stop the Steal was the lie that the election was stolen and that Joe Biden really didn't win, and that Donald Trump won, and I need all this money to fund the lawsuits that we're going to lose, but they lost. However, just from that, all of the fine print in that said, all of this is to cover my current legal fees for when we get sued and other legal fees or things. It was like 10% of the money that was given for the Stop the Steal actually went to the lawsuits to stop the steal. The rest of it went into his pocket and to pay for his lawsuits that he will currently and face in the future, and possibly from this too. So let's see what else this says. Trump urged his supporters to fund the Stop the Steal. Trump garnered $255 million in political donations for the 8 weeks following the 2020 election. Trump, the Republican National Committee, reached more $2 million daily on Redwin. Email requests are crucial. Sent more than so this is what they did. Determined that the Times analysis of FEC filings determined the Biden campaign refunded a donation at 2.2%. So according to this, it was 2.2% that they refunded versus 11% that the Trump administration refunded, which was 5 times more. This is the cancer survivor, I believe. That feels like it was a scam after his family realized that $3,000 had been withdrawn from the account of his brother, who was battling cancer and living less than $1,000 a month. So he stole 3 months of survival checks from this guy. 720,000 was the average daily number of refunds to donors in December. Daily, 720,000. So let's pull up the calculator. So let's just see how much they did the refunds. So 720,000 times 30. $21 million. They had to do $21 million in December just to return them because they were stealing. All right, so let's wrap this one up. This was a quick one. All right, so this was a quick one. Look, this is not surprising. This is just more, Trump steals stuff from people, and it happens all the time. That's just who he was. So, yeah, it's bad. I hope, more jail time for this. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please smash the subscribe button so you can get notifications whenever I post. I post all the time. And like me on Twitter for Faces Ideas, and then we'll see you from there. Thank you for enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one.